Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Motivational Monday. And I don't even have to give an introduction to this beautiful young lady
They may
sitting
not
here.
know it's me because I look all crazy.
You don't look crazy. You look like you always look, which is beautiful. And listen, you guys, I am so happy that you are joining me this Motivational Monday. And we have the Elly B with us sitting this evening, and we're here to talk about brand shoots that make an impact. So Elly joined us on the Instagram side for 30 minutes, and she gave some amazing tips. We're going to run through those tips again so we can make sure that our people that are coming to have the Elly B experience at the Project Rise retreat are ready, 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 ready. Because if you have invested in yourself and you are coming to this retreat, if you have invested in a brand shoot with Andre Brown, if you have, are you going to invest your time, which is that thing you can't ever get back, you want to be ready. You want to make sure that you're making the most of that experience. So without further ado, I am going to let me tell you a little bit about Elly. I'm being a rude host. Elly is the founder of Everything B. She is Elly B from Elly B Events, okay? She is the B Collective in its totality. She is a publisher of the Be Collective magazine. She has Elly B Events. She has the Baby Collective. She does the Be Collective Awards. She does all the things for the people, you guys. And she's here to sit and chat with us because she is also like a dear friend, and she's going to come and bless us at Project Rise the Retreat experience, and we want to talk to her about her piece of what she's bringing to the table there, which is this brand shoot. And what's a whole day? We'll get into it, but go ahead, Elly, talk to the people.
Yes. So we're talking about their personal brand, right? So giving them tips of how to come and maximize your time. Importantly, maximize your money. So I think what we talked about a little bit on Instagram was definitely defining what your personal style will be and what you're trying to attract. Making sure you actually know what that is, right? So, if you're not the type to wear gowns at your events, or following this trend because it's becoming very trendy that everyone's in these ball gowns and people are beautiful. I don't know how practical some of it is. But you want to make sure that you're not overshadowing the event, and that resonates from the picture that you see. So if you're putting on these pictures where you're so couture, and that you haven't gotten that luxury client that even understands couture, you could be turning off some potential clients. So make sure that I kind of suggested to invest in a stylist, whether that's a virtual stylist. It doesn't have to be someone that's outright picking out stuff for you, but you could just tell them like, hey, this is my objective. This is what I'm trying to do. This is where I'm going to be at. Kind of give some images of the house and location and the type of photography, and they can just put together a virtual packet for you. I'm sure some people do it for like $100. I don't even know, but it's something relative small investment to maximize your dollars. If you are hell bent on, being in a gown or a tuxedo or something like that, I would highly recommend doing more than one look. Something that's a little bit more approachable, as well as something that's overly fabulous. And but that you have to maximize your time, because I think they have 30 minutes, correct, Lorna? Yep.
Yeah, they have 30-minute slots.
Yeah, so 30-minute slot. So you have to go ahead and maximize your time during that 30 minutes, whether you're bringing props. And when I say props, I don't mean like photo booth props. I mean like if you're going to have your laptop or whatever signifies your business. Like people see you, like the best way I can describe it, like Cece from the one with the flower, with the pink flower in her hair, like whatever your signature thing is, and you want to go ahead and bring that in. Or you like to walk around with clipboards on the day of, or like Daryl Cologne, like he has his white gloves. I'm sure if he did a photo shoot, he'd have his white gloves on. So kind of just think about how to make, because you have to remember you are shooting in a house where other people are shooting, even though you don't have crossover clients because you guys are coming from different area. If someone saw your photo, they should not know that you are participating in a retreat. They shouldn't know that you're participating in something that was presaged to help you, because you've taken the initiative to make something different. And I think we talked about possibly doing like mood boards, sharing that with your hair and makeup stylist, sharing that with the photographer. I mean, we have from now until October. If you don't get yourself together now to make sure your investment is worth it, then what are you doing?
Well, you have truly embarrassed me. And first of all, let me apologize. If there's any background noise, y'all, I'm in a place. I'm doing what I got to do to make this happen tonight. But you've gotten me together because I never considered doing a mood board for a photo shoot. But it is very important. It's very important to scout and know where you're going to be shooting in the home. It's very important to know what you want your hair to look like, to know the look you want to have, whether you want dewy makeup that day, whether you want simple and clean look or more bold. It's important to have those, and then to be able to share those with the photographer so that he can put his little bit of genius on it, with a lot of genius, and make sure that he's shooting you and capturing you the way you want to be captured. And so I just think that's an amazing concept. And so you've just added another level of genius to this retreat.
Because we're supposed to be, I mean, everything I do, especially when it's event related, I treat it as if I am my client, right? So my client is, well, this is the lie, but most clients are going to go on Pinterest, right? And pick looks, or go in magazines and pick looks of dresses that they want to wear for their big day, or their tuxes and stuff like that, or Instagram, and they're saving photos. You should be experiencing that as well, and being able to communicate with the hair and makeup stylists as well, so you can understand what your clients are going through when they're planning their event. So you need to go through those experiences so that you become the expert, that when you are talking to your clients, you can say to them, hey, have you made a mood board for your bridesmaids? Do they have an idea? If you're not working with a stylist, because I know a lot of our dress stylists do, they will do that for you, where they take the dresses, they'll take the hair and makeup inspiration, and you could provide that to your wedding party. But you need to go through these steps in order to be able to speak to be the expert.
And listen, on the last live, we added another little layer, which is going to make the retreat even more valuable. We discovered that Elly is going to bless us with a little bit of design as well. So for those of you that are coming to be a part of the Elly B experience, to be a part of Project Rise, the retreat experience, guess what? You're going to be getting design.
I discovered, we both messed up. Now we got to make it happen. Yeah, so I mean, listen, me, Lorna. If you can get me to sit down for 24 to 48 hours, you get everything. Like, once I'm there, I'm all yours. So whatever you need.
I love it. I love it. So not only do you get to look, I got people doing praise dances in the comments. You can't see it. They're shouting. They didn't know that. See, that's a surprise. Wait, and for those of you that are playing and you have not, can you see it?
Oh yeah, I have to hit comments.
Yes. And listen, I can do this for you to show you that, honey, it's a fact. People say, yay, yay, yay. Okay. So they're very excited because now they get that piece of genius from you as well. So not only will she be showing you guys she's giving you all these great tips so that you're prepared when you arrive. Okay. The second thing she's doing for you is creating some magic with you that you can then be photographed with. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting a little bit of design experience with Elly B. And then she's showing you how to position yourself. How many of us would, like, when we have brand photo shoots, wish there was somebody there to tell us, girl, that don't look right. Don't do that.
I'll tell
you. Or look, get that one hair that's sticking up. Pull it together. This is the atmosphere that we're creating. It is a enormous collaborative. You know what I'm saying? Everything we do from the day you set foot in that mansion is an enormous collaborative, and it ends, after the Elly B experience. And we're just bringing creatives together. We're creating an atmosphere, a certain type of energy. We're giving you so much value. We're giving you luxuriating in a mansion, okay, with all the things: saltwater pools, spas, massages, the works. We're giving you top-notch education, because we got your girl, Miss Terica, coming through too, and you better tell her when she drops the gems, she drops. Your bag will be like this when you leave. Yeah. We have Tawanda Sims. We have Leah T. Williams, the brilliance of floral design. We have William P. Miller. Like, everything is going to be epic. And then now we find out that we're going to get to design with the Elly B and photograph. Yeah. So people are very visual people. And while I want you to leave with something that's going to affect your bottom line, some conversations, some more systems or things that have been implemented, I want you to get your pictures too. I want you to get them too. I don't want the people to think I don't. So you're making that side of things happen for me, and you're also having this. Well, we are also having this, and you're going to bless us with your presence. This wonderful power dinner with 25 of the area's top event designers. So it's just an amazing experience all the way around. And I'm so grateful to you for joining me to help me make that happen.
I try. I'm excited. You know, I'm
Yeah.
always because you make things so easy and so fabulous. Like you put your everything into everything that you do. So it's an honor to see it.
Yeah, I want it to be great. Listen, you can't invite your people down
Yeah.
to shenanigans. Okay. You can't. I can't even put a call into you, Terica, Sawanda, William, Leah. I can't I can't Donna. I can't do that with shenanigans. Fausto, y'all not having it. Everybody that I know
Talk
that
about.
hmm,
I said we would talk about you.
yeah. And I intentionally chose people that have heart of service and they have gifts to impart into people, and you have a lot of gifts to impart to people. I want you to know that, you do it, and you always have this look on your face like it's whatever, but you really are, you good people, and you do bless people, and for us to be, listen, I've never gotten to do any design with you.
I know it's gonna be
So
fun.
for me, listen, I'm jumping all in the course. I'm jumping all. I'm in here with the people that day. I thought I might be somewhere else, kind of chilling, but no,
Yeah, it's
I'm.
design has changed for me this year. So it's changed for me in a good way. Like I think I've told you this, or I may have said this at the power dinner, was like I got up this year and just said, I love you too, Tawanda. I got up this year and I just said, I love my rentals. I am not putting down anybody rentals, but I am if I left this earth tomorrow, I want to be known for like a classic designer. Like I could design with anything. Hell, if it was chair covers, you'd be like, I cannot believe that you use chair covers, but it looks so goddamn bomb, right? Like if you were stripped of your resources, what that looks like. And I think we've strayed so far away from it, and we've strayed so far away of what true design is. And if I am able to help bring it back just a little bit, it would be like completely amazing. And for me this year, I have a lot of my clients like the Brett and Judy, where I am literally doing more corporate stuff for them now than I've ever done. Like I head to DC this week to do the Urban League booth setup, or just doing Essence Fest. So it's bigger than just doing designing events, and it's because I've designed their events so well and I've made their life so easy that no matter what they're doing, they're like, listen, I don't want to think about it. Like I don't care if it's an 18 by 20 booth, we'll pay you whatever, just come and make it happen, because they've tried to hire people that have experience to do it and it just doesn't work. So even understanding more, so that understanding your brand is understanding your client's brand, if they are professionals, if they are entrepreneurs, because once you do that, baby, your money will be good. You know what I mean? Like, and we're not thinking about that. We're just always thinking about that next Instagram hit. And the hit lasts less than 24 hours nowadays. Like it doesn't even really matter, right? Like I use Instagram as more of like a blueprint. You want to look me up, you want to look at something, here you go. And yes, I do drop some of my designs, but I think I was talking to Hakeem last week. I was like, we've posted our work for this year, but we haven't posted our work. So you're talking about 7 months. I've been grinding like at more in the last 7 months than I've done in the last 3 years. And I haven't even put it out there more because of time, or just thinking I don't want to be repetitive. But there's so many details that we worked so hard on that needs to go out there. But it's because I've gotten back to the essence of design. I've gotten back to the essence of my brand and what that looks like and what I want to portray, because I am going in different areas of people where, on the corporate side, people don't know about Elly B. They're not event professionals. And I'm like, who are you coming in to tell me what to do? But I'm literally the creative director almost right now for the brand, So what does that look like? What does being a creative director for a brand looks like, being an event designer and planner? So there's so much we're going to have to uncover by the time October comes.
So when we do this whole experience with you and we have this fabulous dinner with you, we then get to sit down for a little fireside chat where you're going to do some things like you're doing right now. Just really And the thing that sets this retreat apart, Ellie, from a lot of situations is that they don't just have you guys for 30 minutes and then you exit stage left after you present something to them from a stage. We're really going to connect.
Yeah.
We're going to sit down and take some gems away from this thing. And so I'm excited because you have a brilliance in that area of sharing with people about their businesses and, imparting things into them that they can then take back and implement that's going to elevate. Because my message is that, listen, you can create all the beautiful content you want, but if it's not increasing your coins,
Right.
it really then was just a time suck. It was a waste of your time. And especially if you're having to spend money to get that content. So
Right.
what we want the people to do is come and then take something away that's going to help them up level and increase their coins.
Right.
And I think that you have an integral piece of that. You're going to be sharing some things, and you're going to be giving a couple of swift kicks as well. You've done it for me before, to me.
I like that part because I mean, I always say like I understand sometimes I ask really hard questions and I really it's always on the fly. It literally is because it's something I don't understand or I believe you don't understand. So I'll always ask that question because at the end of the day, before I became a party planner and designer, I am a consultant. This is what I do. Like I have my master's in business. This is literally what I do. So I'm not saying it from a point of like a know-it-all or I have the answers because I don't. But if critical thinking was a thing and I can ask you something in order for you to think about something a different way or process it a different way, that's invaluable. I mean, I really wish sometimes that I had it, and sometimes I'm asking things and I'm saying things because I know the greatness that like there's so many people that I've seen that are great designers and won't have longevity in a business because they're awful business people, right? So if you are one of those people, what does that look like? Does that mean that you have to leave the industry for good? No, but that means you might need to hire someone like a Crystal, and that's being the interface for your business so that you can just be the creative. But you don't know that because in your mind and you're watching on social media, everybody tell you to be all the things and wear all these hats, but it's just running you in the ground. And you're also talking to someone that has suffered from depression and anxiety and not wanting to do this anymore and literally saying like I was broken by this industry. Like I'm not blaming the industry, but it was by the industry, like being all the things and all like a mom and a wife and doing all these crazy things trying to be all at once. No one's telling you that struggle and the ugly part about it. And it's ugly, right? So, and what happens when you don't bounce back, right? So, and Tarek and I can attest to this. The people that we started with, we used to be on a message board, and maybe it was 20 of us solid OGs, call us the OGs. 5 or 6 of us is still in business. You know what I mean? So it's just like, what does that? We've seen people just like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. They're closing their doors, and it was not for lack of talent. It wasn't for lack of business. It's just the mental side of it that needs to be processed too. Because, for example, I was just saying this on Instagram. Literally, when you called me, I am redoing a lot of portions of my house, right? And I'm fascinated with TikTok and organization. So I was labeling and taking all the pasta out and putting it in jars when you called me. And I remember talking to my friend yesterday and he was just like, "You have OCD." And I was like, I am not the person with OCD. I have not an OCD. You know that. You worked with me. I'm not OCD about anything. He said, "But what you have to realize by you just taking the time out to organize your medicine cabinet and your pantry, it's allowing you to still be creative and still be a thought process, and you're still looking at the beauty at the end of it, which helps your day to day." So what are those little things that you can do in order to be a better creative and be a better brand designer and be a better floral designer? Sometimes it doesn't lie in the vet industry. So just some things I'm doing. If I'm doing it, I'm gonna share it with you. So you have to watch it on my Where's Elly B page because that's where I share all the shit that I don't want to put on the Elly B events. So like I'm designing my closet. Like I literally took one of my bedrooms and I'm designing it into a closet. Spent a shitload of money, but I'm like, look, I've lived here for 15 years. I've busted my ass this year. It's my gift to myself. And I'm literally like, I'm treating my closet as I treat an event. I know what it looks like at the end. Now I got to work backwards in order how to get there, right? So it's finding the right closet designer that I had to fly in, finding the right pieces to design, finding the artwork. I am literally making my closet an event. So
I love it. And I forgot, yes, you do. You have your new page, and
yeah,
and we definitely want to share that again. Let me do one thing before I have you do that though. Let me thank you Because what you just did is the crux of what Project Rise the Retreat experience is about. And it makes me emotional because for you to share suffering from depression, being broken, understanding that this industry is hard. It's not always pretty. Sometimes you gain friends and you lose them. You don't even understand what the hee haw happened. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you start to grow and people, they're not good with that.
Right.
You rarely find people that really, really, really will get in that circle and celebrate you. William and I talked about this last week. But the fact that we can share moments like that. We can be vulnerable at this retreat. We're going to tear things down to help build things up and support one another. I think is amazing, and I want to thank you for that transparency, because there are so many people that go through this and they don't even understand what it is, what they're feeling, or they want to hide it because they think it's unusual. But it's not. It's not in this industry, because it is a constant pull, like your creativity. You feel the need to be better than the last time, and better than the last time, and more amazing. And then you try to look to the left and right, and then you got to be more amazing than the people to the left and the right. And then you got to look behind. Like, it's a lot. And sometimes we just got to woosah and take it down and have a safe space where we coming in, we ain't judging each other.
Right.
We're building each other, and we coming in that space to do just that. And so why don't we deserve a vacation? It's going to be like a fabulous vacation where we can have our cocktails, we can let our guard down, we can talk about some stuff, and we can be ourselves and relax for a moment, but at the same time creating something beautiful, so that at the end of the process you can really see what it's like, everybody except for me, I'm sure, to create something amazing without all of that stress that pushes in on us every time. So thank you for that. But tell us about this new page where you're showing all things Elly B.
Oh God, it's like, okay, so it's not my personal page, because I do have a personal page that's just ratchet. But this page is more, I think for me, when I was going through I remember going to Bali, and I remember being just so mentally broken. And I was like, I'm gonna go to Bali and I'm gonna go get in these spiritual waters and refresh and do all the spiritual things. And I remember going to Bali and it did not help. I loved Bali, but it didn't help my mental. But what I do know is that traveling is my thing. So I've gone to about 24, 25 countries so far, tons more on the list. But just it's just a page where I just kind of put my travel on there. I'm trying to it's called Where is Elly B? And then, so for example, Elly B was in Hobby Lobby, and I saw some beautiful paintings. So I put up beautiful paintings that I would love in my office in Hobby Lobby. And I feel like these little projects I was telling you, like when I'm finished my closet, or actually I have it started, when you do stuff in your house, it just starts small and it just spirals. But like my master bedroom is being done. And I know that, and one of my reasons for doing my master bedroom is that I wanted to come home. I travel so much that I wanted to feel like I was in a hotel at home. So I literally ripped out my entire bathroom, and what does that look like? And, just showing all the finds. And I literally am now finally designing my home the way that I would design an event. So I remember always getting questions like, oh my God, your events are so pretty. I can imagine what your home looked like. And I had no furniture. So I was like, you don't want to come to my house. Like, no one probably's ever been to my house. But I literally always say, like, I'm the hairdresser that hair is never done. Like, that's how I felt as an event designer. So I'm finally excited to create spaces that I own, that I get to come home to, that I'm very proud of. So I'm sharing that journey as well.
Listen, I love it. I love it. I love the fact that you're so open with people, and that you allow people inside to see what it's like. I love
I
the
spray
fact
painted for the first time yesterday.
you
I've
spray
never spray
painted.
painted anything in my life. I know that sounds crazy, but I've never spray painted. I had these friggin' shells that I'm putting underneath my sink in my bathroom, and I wanted them gold. So I was like, somebody get me some spray paint. And I went outside and spray painted, and I shared it because I was really excited. I know it sounds crazy because spray paint is like events 101, but I've never spray painted. So I was really excited.
Listen, I shouldn't be spray painting and I can't stop. So we go get a balance to that thing. But listen, I have a question for you here. And Kennedy Henderson wants to know, what is the best way to start gaining experience in the event planning industry?
Honestly, show up at if anyone's having an event, anyone that you admire in your area, not in your area, show up, but be careful who you show up for, right? So be very careful of I will never tell anyone like come show up at my event. I'm going to teach you something. I am not teaching you almost absolutely nothing. What you're going to learn is watching me in action and seeing how I move, seeing how I'm screaming at the team. Don't push my chairs in. I will say, this is how my linens need to be. This is how my chargers need to be. Come with that experience of saying, hey, I'm going to watch you in action and I'm going to get a couple of takeaways, but I'm never going to stop a day of an event and say, okay, guys, here was my thought process. No way. I have too much money on the line at that time, too much things that need to be done. And my events are full productions. So I say show up because if I used to throw it in the B Collective or wherever I'm at, like, hey, we need hands on, whether it's through Akeem, whether it's through me or whoever I'm working with at the time. Good people that you want to follow would always want good hands, but just be ready to roll up your sleeves. I always tell people everyone thinks I have literally it's just me. I'm just not bringing on an admin. I don't have a staff. I do have people that show up because they're contractors. Um, but the only people I call back is that they're ready to work. I can see that they're taking everything in and that they're processing and everything, but they're like, hey, what's next? It's not okay, I did that, I'm gonna fall back, right? So watch out for the people that you really admire and you feel like they've been doing it and that you can learn something from, and invest into them when they have events. So I had someone's mother that now I want her to be like my mother now. She's a new event planner and her son connected us. So also go through your connections because her son connected us. I was just like, because he's a producer on some shows. I was like, you're a producer. Hell yeah, I'm gonna meet your mama and I want to meet you for some coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like you produce most of the shows that I'm on. So, but I say that to say I met her and we talked for hours and we didn't even honestly talk just about the event industry. We started talking about personal stuff and now she's forever in my life. So don't approach anyone and saying it from a standpoint of I just want to get all the information from you. You will get the information. Be authentic about it first. Did that help?
Yeah. Okay. It helped on both sides of the equation. It helped on both sides of the equation because it gives them the information they need to begin that journey,
Okay.
and also lets them know that, like, sometimes your first point of contact shouldn't be an ask.
Right.
It should
Right.
be a give sometimes, and we all have to learn that. And that is where William P. Miller comes in. He's going to be talking to us about building authentic and genuine relationships.
Right.
And that's a very big part of it. Yeah, we want to we want to help. We always want to help, but everybody's motives have to be right. And
Yep.
so I appreciate you for sharing that. Now, someone wanted to know what your page on Instagram, where is Elly B, right?
Where's Elly B?
So
it's
yeah, think about kind of like where in the world is Carmen Santiago? We want to know where is Ellie B. And so on any given day, you can check in and find out what her day to day
Yep.
life really looks like, what it's like. So Ellie, on that page, will you be giving us any of the behind the scenes?
Yeah. So I a bit about this. So like I said, I'm heading to DC on Wednesday, and I'm literally again just designing a booth, right? So it seems so easy and it is an easy situation, but it's different, right? So like there's a planner that's involved and she's like, do you need ambassadors? Do you need I'm like, wait, what? And it's for Walmart. So how to deal with it even from that corporate standpoint. So yes, I will be chronicling the journey. I have opted to, and you see a lot of pictures on that page is of me because if I'm going to go to that area, I invest in my branding. So I go ahead and I was like, listen, I'm dressed. I paid for my makeup to get done. Where the photographer at? Come shoot me for 10 minutes because that content is priceless, right? So for me, if I ever decide to pivot and want to do any kind of influencing or get any kind of deals where I want people to send me some clothes, because I do, like, okay, if I send her some clothes, she's gonna wear this, and kind of chronicle that. This is her style, and that if a client literally wants to really know a little bit more about me and see my everyday, because my clients are my friends, that's one thing that they forced upon me, which I love it. They see how I move, how I dress, what I wear, what my life looks like. So this is my behind the scenes for as much as I want to share, again, from the house side, from behind the scene for events, from the house behind the scenes of what my branding shoots look like, because to me every time I step out, and I get my hair and makeup done, it's a situation. So, and I want everyone to feel that way, because if it's a moment for you to feel beautiful, you project that into what you do, and it gets you more excited, and it gets everyone else excited as well.
I love it. I love it. And that's some amazing information. It's good that people can get a peek behind the curtain, if you will, a little bit. So definitely go follow Elly there. Follow Elly down to Project Rise, the retreat experience. You can get there by going to our page. It's projectriseretreat.com. I do want to recap these brilliant tips that she has given you. But let me say this before we move from that. You see how she said the content is priceless, because if I want to do this, but there's a direction for her content, and her content is leading toward a coin. That's what we want to give you. That's where we want you to be. Those are the things we want you to have. So Elly, you told us that we definitely need a change of clothing. We need 2 outfits at least for this brand shoot, because if we want to do something that's glamorous and over the top, we also need something that's practical that we can use in our business down the road, right?
Oh, wait. I meant to say this on the Instagram, so we need to make notes about it somewhere. I remember one time when I did a branding shoot, you do like all the hand poses and stuff, so that when they want to add words to anything that you're using, so make sure that they remember to do that. You know what I'm talking about?
That's another great tip. We didn't talk about that on Instagram. We have to go back on Instagram one day and just say that, okay? Because that
or just create a one sheet and they don't get it till they sign up. How about that?
Oh yes.
Here's your tip.
They don't get the tips until they get on in there, right? But you also said that we want to do something like a mood board, so that we're focused. We want to scout our locations when we come to the retreat a couple of days before the Elly B experience and the brand shoot. We want to know the places that we want to shoot in the house. We also want to have that mood board for our hair, our clothing, so that it's not, since we just have 30, I maybe can talk Andre in the 45 minutes, I don't know, but it was a small period of time. We can just go ahead and, I don't know if we've lost Elly. I don't think we have, but y'all give me a second. But we can go ahead and have our thoughts organized so that it doesn't take us as long to do that shoot, correct?
Yep.
And what was the third?
One thing to think about too, and Andre didn't say this, but say for example that you're in your mind, you've always wanted to take your photos at the pool. It's non-negotiable, like this has to happen during this time. Then you can't shoot at 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon when the sun is too high. So make sure that you kind of have to have an idea so that they're able to coordinate with you, Lorna, to make sure that their time slot is in alignment with what their vision is. Because if you just don't want to do anything outside and everything's inside, then you can, shoot at certain different times. So it is important to not only scout, but I mean, if you have all the information that you need beforehand, I don't see why you wouldn't just do what you got to do, because you want to be prepared. It's like you want your clients to come to their events prepared. So
look, they got 2 days, 2.5 to 3 days to go around, and no, you can't shoot outside with the sun directly overhead at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. That either has to be early morning or late evening. Don't ask me how I know these things. I guess we're from having enough disasters to know what you cannot do, and from Project Rise too, from all of those style shoots, because our locations are sometimes a little challenging. We were in Malibu. We had the wind up in the up in Calabasas, the mountains. It was crazy. So you sometimes got to you all times have to take the elements into consideration. But I really appreciate you for joining me here tonight and sharing all these things with the people. And if you've shared this much now, imagine how much you're going to share the day of.
Right.
Imagine when you show them how to position themselves and how to look amazing. And who knows, while somebody is shooting, she may be the one to say, oh, don't do that. Let's twist this way, love, or let's do that. But it's just a good thing for somebody with that experience that has been in so many brand shoots to come down and share that knowledge. And so I am waiting.
I know my angles, child, so I could tell you a little something.
I'm waiting for you to divulge that little piece of design, and we gonna facilitate that and make that thing happen. So I'm excited about all of this that is that's gonna happen, and the surprises that you've revealed today, and just honored that you chose to come. I don't want to hold you all night long because I know we've been on Instagram for 30 minutes, so I'm gonna let you go. We're a little bit over time here, but definitely appreciative of all you do in the industry. Definitely appreciative, and I try to give you your flowers when I see you. Um, the space that you've carved out for us as creatives, the fact that you have the Be Collective Awards and you're honoring us, it matters. And I want you to know that. And I think that I would be remiss, as well as everybody that's sitting in this live right now, if we didn't thank you for being a visionary, for being a trailblazer, for sacrificing so that we can have all of the things that we deserve. And it is an honor to have you join me in Orlando. I appreciate you for all you do, all you've done. And honey, I look forward to that power dinner so we can get those gems. I look forward to the brand shoot. I look forward to the design portion. I look forward to all of the things. So, hey, let's make it happen.
Awesome. Awesome.
Even
Thank you,
more
guys.
value for the retreat. So
Thank
thank you for coming to join me here and there. Thank you. I appreciate you.
thank
All
you,
right.
guys. Good
All
night.
right, guys. Good night. Bye bye.